Geopolitical tensions, trade disruptions, and inflationary fears are converging to test global markets. With Russia's military escalation, India's tariff backlash, and Wall Street's fragile rally, investors are recalibrating fast. Welcome to Finance and Economy Daily. Let's unpack today's biggest stories. Tensions between Russia and Ukraine are intensifying ahead of a high-stakes summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Reports indicate that Russia has stepped up military operations in eastern Ukraine, heightening geopolitical risks in the region. This escalation is not just a political flashpoint, it could have far-reaching consequences for global markets. Energy traders are already watching closely, as any disruption in Eastern European supply chains, particularly in oil and gas, could drive up prices and stoke inflationary pressures worldwide. Investors are also showing signs of caution, as heightened uncertainty tends to dampen risk appetite in equities and currency markets. Meanwhile, India is facing a significant economic challenge after the United States imposed steep tariffs on its exports. Nearly $86 billion worth of Indian goods are now subject to tariffs as high as 50%, putting immense pressure on exporters and threatening the country's economic growth. Analysts estimate this could shave as much as 60 basis points off India's GDP. In response, the Indian government has moved quickly, freezing certain defense purchases from the U.S., increasing subsidies and incentives for domestic producers, and even encouraging public boycotts of American products. This trade dispute comes at a sensitive time for India, which is trying to boost manufacturing and reduce dependence on foreign markets. If prolonged, the standoff could reshape India's trade alliances and further strain U.S.-India relations. On Wall Street, Morgan Stanley has issued a cautionary note despite strong year-to-date gains in U.S. equities. The S&P 500 has climbed 8% so far, but the investment bank warns that the rally rests on shaky foundations. The concerns include sluggish job growth, an over-reliance on a handful of large-cap tech companies for earnings, and the looming threat of stagflation as tariffs push input costs higher. Investors are being advised to brace for volatility in the months ahead, especially if global trade tensions continue to mount. Other headlines you shouldn't miss. U.S. Appeals Court lets Trump cut billions in foreign aid. Eurozone industrial production posts surprise uptick in June. China's central bank signals more targeted stimulus measures to support growth. That's all for today's Global Economic Roundup. For your daily dose of global economic and finance news, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you tomorrow.